Hi guys, I'm back. I wanted to make another video. So I'm doing another video about self-help. Mental Awareness Month was like, I don't remember when, unfortunately. Anyway, I know we are in November, so, and I think a lot of people are like, it's Men's Mental Awareness Month or whatever, but I think mental health awareness should be relevant, whether you're, it doesn't matter. I don't like, it matters. Let me rephrase that. It does matter, but I think it should be relevant all the time. I don't like this. Like, it needs to go in the clip. I can see it and I don't like it. Anyhow, it needs to be the flippy outies. It needs to be relevant all 12 months out of a year and more months, and you get the gist. Mental awareness is so crucial to life in general due to the fact of the matter that we all have mental issues and we all are gone through some shit, and we all need to work on bettering ourselves. Even if you are working on your mental health or you are happier or whatever, like, I'm happy, I'm stable in my life and in my relationships and my mental health and all of that. However, I do feel like I can improve. You know, I'm constantly wanting to better myself, as I've stated in my last video. Like, I have like a strong desire to learn and do better and be better, because honestly, I'm good at where I'm at in my life, but like, if I bettered my life just like even a little bit, that would be like so helpful, I think. So mental awareness and mental health and self-care and all of that stuff, excuse me, goes into you being the best you that you can be for not only yourself, but your future self and your future spouses. You know, if you meet someone, your future children, if you have children, or if you are planning on having children, or circumstances, you meet someone that you absolutely adore, and you need to be the best, not just for them, but for yourself, but so that way you can be the best spouse you can be, or the best mom or dad or parent to a child. And I think a lot of people I don't know if they don't care about their mental health, but they definitely don't invest in their mental health the way that they should, because your mental health, that looks so much better. Your mental health is like the foundation of happiness in your life. So you should care about it. It's a huge part of being who you want to be and improving. That being said, I have a good relationship. Oh, I did the same fucking thing that I did yesterday. I can't get it open. I was talking to my voice actor yesterday. We talk just about every day. He's like one of my best friends. I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know if I'll get married, but like, if I ever do, again, don't judge me for the way that I apply makeup and stuff. I have like these weird zits, and I have OCD, and so I fuck with them, and I shouldn't because it's bad for your skin. I'm working on it. See, you can be happy in your mental health, but there's still things you need to work at. That's one of the things that I'm working on currently. It's kind of a constant thing that I have to work on all the time. But anyway, I was talking to my voice actor, and he and I were discussing like TV shows and movies and stuff, because he watches very different stuff than I watch. We watch similar things, but then there are some things where he's like, oh, I watch anime, and I was like, I just don't watch anime. Which is not entirely true. I do watch, I don't know if it's even qualified as anime. Aretsuko on Netflix. I love that show. It is so fucking cute, and I relate to that little red panda due to the fact of the matter that we're both in our 20s and in marketing, and well, she's in accounting, but we're both business majors. So, girl, I feel you. The struggle is real in that red panda's life as well as mine. So, anywho, I don't know if that's anime though. Anyway, so he and I watched very different stuff, and I was talking to him. I was a little tipsy Thursday night because I did quit my job, and I was celebrating my mental health being good. But I was talking to him about when you watch a TV show or a movie and it just like hits you in the feels. Like my mom and my sister are constantly telling me I need to watch Schitt's Creek, and I get it, like that is a good show. I've watched the first season, I think some of the second season, but I haven't like finished it because like I had a lot going on last year and the year before last and the year before that, and anyway, you know. And I was telling him about shows that hit me right in the feels, and this is where this video is going. And he was like, I've never seen one of those shows that just hit me right in the feels. And I'm like, are you human? How have you not seen a show that just like hits you in the feels? I put this brush away, I need that. I was like, that's so weird. Well, anyway, I started talking to my mom about it because my mom does that like so often. I feel like when shows just speak to you, it's just because it relates to your current situation or a past situation, and in so many ways I think life is funny like that, because you're constantly growing or just improving your situation. I think it's a mindset, really, because my mom is the same way that I am, but it makes sense because I am her kid. So anyway, I watched a movie. This is what I was trying to talk to him about, but he hadn't seen it, and he, I guess, didn't care to watch it. He doesn't like sports. He loves sports movies. I love sports in general, except like basketball. I can't get into basketball. I'll watch baseball. I'm not a fan. It's so boring. It's so long. I used to be into baseball, but like here in Texas, you have the Rangers or the Astros, and then you have your minor league teams in basketball. And I like the Rangers. And I think in 2010, I was like really into baseball. I was like 13. I think. This is what you were hearing me trying to dump powder into this cap. I was into baseball. And I got dog hair all over the sweater already. I have 4 dogs now. I love them. They're my babies. And October Rust you can't see her habitat anymore because this fake plant. But anywho, I don't know where I was going with this. Oh, sports. Anyway, 2010 I was like into sports, and then in 13 I just kind of like lost sight of all of that, and then has to do with an abusive boyfriend who also was obsessed with baseball. Asshole. But anywho, I won't get into that. I'll talk about abusive relationships later. Anyway, I just like forgot who all the players were, and then there was a lot of players that were traded, a lot of players that were doing some bad shit, and I needed to get rid of them. I just lost sight of baseball and trying to be like into baseball, which is kind of sad because I used to really like baseball. But I did get into football, don't come for me, in 2013 maybe. I can't remember. I was around 13 or 14 and I got into football and I wanted to root for the Patriots, even though my dad's team is Dallas Cowboys. I still root for Dallas Cowboys, but they're just not my main team. My main team, don't come for me, is it's not anymore, but at the time it was the New England Patriots, because I went to Boston at one point in my life, and it was so much fun and I loved it. And they were playing in Boston against the Cowboys, and the Cowboys beat them. So and the people that I were with were like being ugly about it, so it is what it is. Recently I switched teams last year due to the fact that their main quarterback, Tom Brady, switched to the Buccaneers, and so I did too. People are like mad at me about it, but I don't care. I read an article, because I keep up with him like way too much, about why Henry Cavill roots for the Kansas City Chiefs. And sorry, my brain just went. Anyway, and he was talking about he roots for them due to the fact of the matter that he played Superman, and Clark Kent is from Kansas, and so he roots for them. And I was like, oh, what a sellout. And I was like, I did the same thing with Tom Brady, so I can't say anything. I'm being hypocritical. So I also read an article that they were saying that they were going to bring back August Walker, and I really hope that they do, because that was the only reason I watched Mission Impossible, which again is horrible, but I don't care. So we're getting way off track. Just know there's no uniform. Let me just show y'all. There's no uniformity due to the fact of the matter that I am a scatterbrained 20-something-year-old woman that doesn't have notes. I tried to do the whole YouTube thing where I had notes and stuff. It's too hard to follow. I sound robotic. I wrote too many papers. So as you guys can see, this is, yeah. So if when I'm looking down, I'm looking at, hold on. I can't get my hands to work. I'm looking at my makeup stuff. I'm not great at this, but I'm trying, and that's more than I've done in the past. So anyway, I love sports movies. This is where I was going. I love sports movies so much. I've seen the big ones like Rudy, and most of the football movies I've seen. I didn't see the one with Alexander Ludwig. I wanted to. I can't remember what it's called. Oh, now we're gonna watching them. We never did. Because my mom's also, like, super into sports. And she's also a Chiefs fan. So, and I don't know. I don't think that's because of Henry Cavill, but I think it's because of Patrick Mahomes. Which he is a good player, so. Anywho. I love sports movies. And, last September, this feels like 2 years. Last year felt like 2 years, so here we are. Okay, let me back up. Give you guys a little bit of background. Last summer, I watched a little show on Netflix. I don't even know why I started watching it, but it was so fucking good. This Society. It's about these teenage kids that they're supposed to be going on like a senior camping trip, and instead get put in a, I guess, parallel universe. There's no second season, they canceled it, so there's no way of like confirming any of this. But I guess it's like a parallel universe where there are no adults except for the bus driver that drove them there, which is Jacob's dad from Twilight. What was he doing after Jacob left? I don't know. But anyway, he went to like the New England area and decided to drive some kids to a parallel universe. Oh, it's sweatshirts. I was like, what is that on my bed? I just not seen it. I've been sitting here for 20 minutes. Anyway, drives them to a parallel universe, and they're like, where are all their parents? And nobody fucking knows. So they decide to have this huge rager. They have the rager. Next morning, they're all hungover. They realize there are no parents. There hasn't been. So they don't know what to do. So they end up, I'm trying to decide if I want to do blue and brown, because people say it's frowned upon to do blue, but it really makes my brown eyes be like, wow. But also I want to do pink, but I'm thinking about doing pink for the Buccaneers game tomorrow because they haven't played, and I'm praying that it's on TV. I'm gonna be so pissed off if I get like all cute and stuff and it's not even on TV. Happens a lot. Anywho, let's do blue. Fuck it, it's Saturday. Let's do blue. What happened to that? I don't know what happened to the color. Anyway, I hate this other thing. Found out there's no adults. As teenagers, they're running around trying to fucking figure out how to do life. There's one chick that's older, Cassandra, who reminds me a lot of myself because she tries to be the mom and nobody asked her to be, and they're kind of annoyed with her. And it makes sense that I related to her, and I was like, fuck. But anyway, something happens to her and they have to kind of make their own democracy out of what little they know about the government and how to run their own society, which is why it's called Society. And I don't have a brush, just so y'all know, for everybody that's watching, I don't have a brush for this part of my eyelid. I have one, it was a little sponge brush. I think I had it for like 10 years, and I was like, I needed to have this away. It's falling fucking apart. And I never got another one. So I just use my hands. Again, before I do my makeup, I wash my hands thoroughly. Just in case everybody's like, ew, that's disgusting. Why is she doing that to her face? Don't come for me. I know what I'm doing. Sometimes you just gotta use your hands. As long as you wash your hands before, really good, and then after, you're good. Anyway. So, I won't rag on the show. Not that I'm bragging on it. I won't brag about the show because I think it's fucking awesome. And even though there's only one season, you guys should fucking watch it because it's amazing. And I totally fell in love with him. Anyway, one of the characters on the show, the character development on that show is like amazing. The writing is so good. and this show was so, it was so shit on for the fact of the matter that they never picked it up for another season, because it's so sad, because it's such a good show. Anyway, one of the characters on the show has this great character development, which all of them have character development. Some of them have the opposite of character development. They're like character under development. But anyway, the one guy on there, he's a smart jock, which is like not heard of in teen TV shows. I mean, this is not writing for Riverdale. I mean, this is like good shit. Like, they really thought, we're gonna make this screenplay excelente, and they did. And anyway, he's a smart jock. He quotes Sir Conan Doyle all through the fucking show, and he plays football and he drinks like his other friends, but he also reads books, and he's very intelligent, and he wants to learn, and he's into agriculture because they have to grow their own crops, and so he takes over agriculture because he has a small knowledge of it, but he wants to learn more, and so he's constantly reading. And he's on the more sensitive side than all the other guys. He's a great relationship with some of the girls on the show, and they have, I don't want to say great chemistry, but like, you could tell that the actors are all like friends. It's just great how they did this show. Anyway, I won't go into all of it because of the fact of the matter that I'm bragging on this show, because it is just so good. I'm not bragging on it, I'm bragging on it. Bragging rights. Anyway, I won't go into that. Spoilers to upcoming projects. Anyway, there's an actor, cute. There's only one article that cites how old he is, and he himself had to say it because for some fucking reason, no one knows how old he is. We all know he has a bachelor's degree in acting, like, cinema arts and that kind of stuff. Super fucking smart guy. I think he's 26, 27 maybe? Anyway, super cute guy. He was also in another show that you might have watched. This was actually a mainstream show. Great character in this show. I love to hate him, but I also hated to love him. But he played the baby daddy of the little girl that got killed on, what is that fucking show? Mayor of Easttown. Good fucking show. I love crime stories. I am a sucker for that kind of shit. When I heard he was in it, I was like, I gotta fucking watch this. And shout out to the girl, I can't think of her username right now, but I will totally put it in the description and credit her on Twitter. Shout out to her for keeping me updated on his life, because I'm in public relations. I can't find shit on this guy. It's insane. I haven't even mentioned his name yet. It's crazy. Anyway, he had social media, took his social media down when COVID hit. And I was like absolutely upset about it, because I was like, I wanted to keep up with him. Anyway, Jack Mulhern. I think I'm saying his name correctly. I'm obsessed with him. I hope I'm saying his name correctly. Great guy. He did this little indie movie last year. It came out, and it's about sports. It's about hockey. I love hockey. I didn't know I loved hockey until after I seen this movie, and then I watched a hockey game and I was like, what? I've seen Letterkenny. I love Letterkenny. Letterkenny, I relate to Letterkenny so much due to the fact of that I feel like they're Canadian hicks, but I'm a Texan hick, and it makes sense. It's kind of how I grew up. So I relate to that in a it's like stupid relevant to my life. Anyway, I say that it's like Letterkenny because Dylan Playfair is also in Odd Man Rush, which is the movie that I'm referencing. And he basically plays Riley in that show. I don't even know his name in Odd Man Rush because I can't remember, because all I've ever seen him in is like Letterkenny. He was in The Descendants, but like I didn't watch that. My cousin made me watch that and she's like 6. It's a mess. I don't know if I can hear my mom, but she thought that shit was funny. Anyway, in this show, it surrounds Jack Lawrence's character, and forgive me if I'm pronouncing his name wrong. Anyway, surrounds his character and him growing up wanting to be a hockey player. He went to Harvard because he's a smart motherfucker. It is based on someone's life. It's based on like the book, I think, by the same name. I will reference all of this stuff in my video when I'm done, obviously. I always do. You can't go to college without learning how to reference stuff, and then you're like, everything needs a reference. And I don't trust anybody's opinions or info until I have a reference. And then I'm like, okay, what you said, there's a credible source to back up your claims. I believe you. Like, I'm a fact checker from way back, but that's just me. Anyway, he went to Harvard. Played hockey in Harvard. Pretty sure he got a scholarship off of that. He did well until his back injury. When he had his back injury, it kind of kept him out of getting picked up for the NHL. Yes, make sure I said that correctly. And so Bobby's like pissed because he has his back injury, and it's, if he plays for the NFL. See, I'm on football. Different show. He knows that his injuries are gonna, is that even? No, this side's darker. Shit. Anyway, he knows that it's gonna progressively get worse, and so he has to play for European hockey leagues, which he does well at. He gets traded to a better team. He meets this cute little Swedish girl. I was gonna say Scandinavian. I was like, that's a different movie. He meets her and he just like is infatuated with her because he thinks that she's just super great. She's super cute. I don't blame him. And anyway, the movie is about him going through this crisis of his life. Do I continue doing the things that I wanted to do, or do I find something else to do? And when the movie came out in September of last year was a rough fucking time. COVID was rough. Quarantine was rough. I'm about to get into some deep shit, just so you know. But I know where this story was going when I watched it in September of last year, because it called me the fuck out. In September of last year, I wanted to be, I've always wanted to be a singer. And I'm a good singer. I'm not bragging. I've been told by a lot of people that I'm a great singer. When I was in YWAM, there was a lot of people that were like, who was singing? Because that was like so good. Like, oh my god. And, the people that were there with us didn't sing as loud as I do, because there's like, I don't know how the science behind it goes, but I know that I sing loud. I've been told my entire life I sing loud. And I remember being like 10 years old and we'd be in church and people would get pissed off with me because I was singing louder than what they could hear. Get mad. Be mad. Go cry about it, bitch. That's just where I'm at. Anyway, that's my life. That's how I felt. I wanted to be a singer, and I got the chance to, I finally was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna go do this. Because I thought there's nothing else going on, and I didn't think I was a great publicist. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll just go be a singer. So I got the chance to try out for American Idol. Because due to COVID, they wanted to do everything remotely. And I was like, this is my time. Like, let me fucking do this. And I've wanted to do this forever. I remember being a kid watching fucking Adam Lambert on American Idol, thinking like, I want to do that. Because look how much he blew up. I love that guy. He's great. And so I thought, I asked my mom. My mom was like, yeah, sure. Go ahead and do it. Well, I did the tryout, did my audition tape, and all this other stuff. We didn't like try it out, I guess. We were just did the audition tape, and they told me that they wanted to do a casting call basically, and stuff. Well, that was right before I was doing stuff with Andrew Winchester again, like remotely. And something just, he released, okay, so anyway, I did the audition tape, because you have to film it yourself and then send it to them, and then you schedule a callback, and then they call you back and they see if they want to put you on the show. And that's how they do this. And I wanted to be on the show. And Andrew Winchester had just done The Hunt in the summer, and Mr. Winchester, I'm sorry, I keep saying Andrew Winchester, it's not his formal thing. He released The Hunt, and I did the marketing for The Hunt, and that's his first book. And then he released Knife in October, which was a couple weeks after I did the marketing. Or, no, I'm sorry, I'm getting confused. It was a couple weeks after I had done my audition tape for American Idol. And I was doing the marketing and stuff, and we were getting people interested slowly but surely in the book and stuff. And that's when we started thinking about expanding the book into something more. I don't want to say what, but I'm sure you guys are getting the gist of what the fuck I'm saying. And when I started to do work on that, was the week of my callback to American Idol. And the day came that I was supposed to do it, and Mr. Winchester did call me, and he told me that he wished me luck, and whatever happened, you know, he was just gonna be proud of me for whatever happened, because I did want him to know what I was doing, just so he didn't think like I'm trying to get out of my job. And I don't know, I like knew I was gonna have to cut ties with him as a publicist, maybe not as like a friend, because he is a friend of our family, my family. So I don't know, it was really depressing, kind of, and it like hit me when I was getting ready to do the audition tape after I had talked to him, and I started talking to my mom and my dad about it, and I was like, what if I just don't do this? And I was like dressed, and I was like ready, and I was waiting for them to call me. My mom was like, well, that's on you. You know, you do what you feel like is best for your life. And I kind of had to like have this moment of what do I want to do? You know, like, do I want to keep being a publicist? You know, I had like an hour before they were going to call me, and I had to like think, like, I don't know, you know, and I went ahead and left it to chance. I was like, okay, I'll do the audition tape, and, or the callback, and we're gonna see where this goes. So we did it. I sang Patsy Cline rather well, actually, and I was moving from Rockport to the San Antonio area, and I kept in contact with Mr. Winchester because he does live out here, and he just kept asking me, like, did they call you, like, how's it going, like, what's going on? And I was like, okay. And I didn't really have anything to tell him because they never, like, got back to me. And, like, a month later, I already moved into this house with my family. It was the first day we moved into this house. I got an email back and they said they didn't pick me. They went in like an opposite direction. I was like, okay, cool. Because deep inside of me, I wasn't upset. In my heart, I had already made peace with the fact of the matter that if I didn't get picked for this, it was not going to kill me. I was not going to be upset because I gave up my dream of being this famous singer. And it was something that my mom and I discussed because she thought that I might be upset, and I told her I thought it was for the best due to the fact of the matter that I was so happy with being a publicist. I was happy doing my job, and I mean, I was shitting out. I was sending out shitty business emails and trying to like figure out what the hell I was doing. Because honestly, I didn't know what I was doing when I first started. And it was exciting because I was learning as it was going, and I was doing things that I'd never done before. So the dream of being on American Idol or being a famous singer was kind of like not over, because I don't think that you ever can just like burn a dream. You might burn bridges, but I didn't like burn a dream to the ground. But in some ways I do feel like I did. So it's not over. If I ever want to like be a singer, I can figure it out. Because, you know, the sky's the limit with me. I've learned that in my life. I've learned that at an early age because I'm only 24 and I'm trying my best to just make myself happy. Because that's what matters right now in my life. And I feel like me being a publicist and giving up that dream has benefited me so much. And I feel like I've changed my entire life due to the fact of the matter that I have a mindset of just wanting to better myself and succeed and be happy with what I am doing in my life. And I felt like being on American Idol, even when they sent me out the rejection letter, I was like, oh, I'm kind of over it. I don't care. And that was kind of surprising to my family and Mr. Winchester, I think, in all reality, because I've grown up with him and he's been a friend of our family for so long. I feel like in some ways he does want to see me succeed and be happy. And I think he was willing to give up the projects that we were doing to see me succeed, which I'll never have a business relationship with anybody else in the world except him. And it was kind of surprising. And so when I didn't get picked up for American Idol. I think he was relieved. Which is fine. I'm not like upset because he was like, I hope you fail. You know? I don't think he was, but I think it was just one of those things that was like, we both needed to see that. And honestly, we've picked up so much more projects since my audition for American Idol and made business relationships that I feel like are going places. They're going so many places. I hate curling my eyelashes because this side on the right is like, it's shorter, not as thick as this one. I don't know why. Anyway, my lips are so chapped and I drink water all the time. I don't understand. But anyway, when I was watching this movie in September, I felt like Bobby. I felt like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life, and I wish I knew, and I have to give up this dream, and I don't know what to do, and it was tough at first, but I made peace with it, just the same as Bobby does at the end of the movie. Spoiler, I should have said that earlier, sorry. It's a great movie, you guys should go watch it. It's so good. It has some funny moments in there, but it also has some like real life situations. There's a scene where he's sitting at the cafe with, I don't know if they call it a cafe in Sweden, with his girlfriend. I can't remember her name either. I did watch that movie last night. I don't understand. And he tells her, he's asking her like hard questions. Like, do you want to have children? Do you want to get married? What do you want to do with your life? Because he's searching himself. And she tells him, sorry, I say that a lot. Like, and she tells him that she wants to be an art critic or an artist, and she wants to do all this stuff. And I think there's someone here, but my dog is going ape shit in there. It's not my dog, it's my sister's dog. But anyway, our little deerhead chihuahua. And the other one that's got respiratory issues. Anyway, he's asking her the hard questions, and she tells him that she wants to be an art critic, and she says that she doesn't want to have children. She thinks it's horrible because her family had children, or her dad and mom made the decision to give up their long life dreams to have children, which hit home with me because my parents did the same thing. My mom gave up her dream job so she could raise me and my sisters. I mean, we're talking on a 20-year work gap. She gave her entire livelihood to raise me and my sisters. And in the movie, it's talked about how she says, Bobby's girlfriend says that she feels like she would regret children if she had to give up her livelihood. And Bobby says, well, that's understandable. And she says, yeah, you know, because that's what my dad did for me. And I've had conversations with my mother, that exact same conversation with her, and she said, you know, I don't resent having y'all. Y'all are blessings in my life, and I love y'all. She says, but in some ways I am frustrated because I didn't work hard enough to continue my career or to continue doing the things that I was good at. And I understand, I think as a 24-year-old, I understand that, because I'm 24, my mom had me at 23. If I had a child last year, yeah, I wouldn't do the things that I can do right now. And my career hasn't necessarily took off. Like, I am a publicist, but my career isn't like, I'm not the Hollywood publicist I'd love to be. But if I had a child, I wouldn't be able to do that and work through that and all of that stuff. And so it's hard when you have a kid because you have to think about not just yourself. Sorry, my shorts are coming out. You're not just thinking about yourself, you're thinking about your family and your spouse if you have a spouse in your life, or you're thinking about your children and giving them the best life that you can give them. And it's hard because there's a lot of people that don't get that choice. They just are thrown into, oh, let me have this kid and my life. And where did that brush go? Sorry, this is probably gonna be loud. I might cut that out. Anyway, there's a lot of people that don't have that choice of, I need to work on my career or have a child. And I have that choice because my parents gave me the freedom. I'm gonna have to fix those. Gave me the freedom to do the things that I want to do. Those look so bad. There's a hair on my lips. What the fuck? And there's like this whole thing behind it and stuff. And I think it's important to choose what's best for you. And it's harder to choose what's best for you when you have to think about other people, such as, my mom having to think about what was best for me and my sisters, and my dad as well. And the whole point of this video is to think about how to better your life and think about how to do what you want to do. I love you guys, and the basis of this video is to seek your own happiness and the own life choices that you know that you should make for yourself for the better. And it doesn't matter what that life choice is. You need to be happy. If you do what you love, and that could be anything. You could be flipping hot dogs all day, and that's what makes you happy, then that's what makes you happy. And people can fuck off if they're mad about it. It's not their life. We don't need to please other people. We don't need to make other people happy. We need to make ourselves happy. And that's the gist of the story, is sometimes giving up on your dreams and your inner passions are better, because they will lead you to a road that, not pursuing those dreams. If those dreams don't pan out, don't get discouraged. Seek your own happiness, and you may find that something that you never in your wildest dreams thought was just so good is. I've always wanted to be in Hollywood. I've always wanted to be famous. I've always wanted to be a singer or an actress or whatever. And I finally found that, and I'm fucking good at it. And it took me a long time to find that. And I know I'm young. I'm 24. I've said that like 8 times in this fucking video. But it's taken me getting out of college and doing an internship with a writer who is one of my dad's closest friends. It's, like I haven't done this all my life, and I didn't know where I was going when I first started, but I found that trying something new made me happier, and I was like, I gotta pursue this, because like fuck singing, like and it's great if you want to do that. If you want to do that, like I believe that you should totally do that. You should at least try it and see what you don't like, to find out what you do like later in life. And I wouldn't have found out if I like being a publicist if I hadn't tried it. And now that I am, I'm like, oh, we go in places now. So I encourage everyone to just follow their dreams, see if they like them. If y'all don't like them, you can quit. It's okay. It's okay to be a quitter, because sometimes it's best for your mental health to quit. And I love you guys, and I feel like everybody needs to know that you should always do what you want to do and not sit and suffer in something just because you can't do it or it's killing your mental health. So, in the words of Dr. Frankenfurter, don't dream it, be it. And I'm gonna leave y'all with that for this today. Thank you guys for watching my video and watching me do my makeup chaotically. It looks really nice. And I don't want to take my bangs down because they look horrible. I'm gonna have to redo them. But, like, seriously, go on Netflix, watch Society, watch Odd Man Rush. I think it's on Hulu or Amazon. I bought it, so, like, I can watch it whenever. I totally watched Mare of Easttown, and I gotta find out that girl's Instagram and her Twitter handle, so you guys can go follow her, because she like keeps up with all this stuff. But anyway, he is doing another show. Jack Mulhern is doing another show with Christian Slater, I think. No, Taylor Kish. Christian Slater, I feel like, is in this show, but I can't remember. Anyway, it's supposed to be on Netflix too. It's like coming out in a while, but anyway, I'm like super proud of this guy, because like people are like realizing that he's a good actor, and I'm tired of seeing Nicole Sprouse on everything. Like, what happened to Dylan? He's over making wine in New York, and then Cole Sprouse is just like on TV all the time, and you're like, what the fuck? Not that he's a bad actor, because he's not, but like we just use the same guys over and over and over again. Like, let's find something new. Let's do new stuff. Anyway, just a thought.